Okay. We're going to kind of go a little different way. We're not actually going to put any tarot on the moon reading today, but we will use some one worders, okay? We're going to use some one worders with the moon reading for today. And kind of just go that route, okay? All right, so we're not going to do any reading, okay? We're just going to get on into it when it comes to about the new moon, all right? We all know that being expectancy of good things, okay? Uh, Getting those plan of actions going, all right? So, other than that, let's get into this new moon. So, like I said, we have 4 different decks, okay? We're not really going to focus on a lot of the tarot side. We're just going to kind of just go this route and see what else Spirit have to add to it, okay? So, we're going to start out with the this deck, all right? They call this here the little horror deck, okay? So, we're gonna go with the horror deck. I think it's something like that. All right, the first one we got Boogeyman, and then right after Boogeyman we got Dreams. So we got Boogeyman that lines in with the movie Halloween, if I'm not mistaken, with Michael Myers, and then Dreams that lines up with Friday the 13th with Freddy Krueger. Okay, so we got Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger out here. Okay, so we know that Freddy Krueger like being in the dreams. Michael Myers, he like being like a stalker, right? Okay, he kind of follow his praise. Okay, all right. So we got Boogeyman and we got Dreams, and at the bottom of the deck we have fertility. All right. So that lines in with a feminine energy. Okay. And really that makes sense because with the Boogeyman, a lot of it was a specific feminine energy that played a role in Michael Myers' life, right? And it was a specific female that played a role in Freddy Krueger's life too, right? So, and then we to have fertility there, it tells me these individuals was looking at more on a feminine energy level. It was something about a particular feminine, okay? Could have been a masculine, all right? Okay? From what I'm seeing with these cards. Okay? Soul Spirit, I want to know now, what else can you share about these 3 cards here? All right. What else can you share with these 3 cards? And we're actually going to use this deck because a lot of this is really on a spiritual side anyway. Okay. I feel it's more on the spiritual side. Okay. All right. Mentally, okay, with the boogeyman, and then I think it more is like uh when you getting in people's dreams, I think that's more so of a mind tactic. Okay. So I feel like the mind is big on both sides. Okay. You're thinking the mind. All right. That's that shadow side. That dark side. Of an individual. All right. Okay. All right. But on that dark side of that individual, we see it was 2 main female characters in both of these movies that kind of, it was just something about those feminine energies that the male kind of like wanted to have a little hesitation with, right? And really they all, both of them, all, if I'm not mistaken, they continued life. All right, knowing of them. Okay, seeing how many times things not happened to them. Right. Okay, until the point where it's like it was gone. Because if you start back looking back at Michael Myers movie, none of the Michael Myers was ever the same no more, right? And then Freddy Krueger, I don't know when I saw last Freddy Krueger movie. You see what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So let's look at the boogeyman. We're going to get whatever spirits show us. We want to get at least one or two. We got one key point. Okay. It says grasp the key to the problem. Okay. Grasp the key to the problem. And then, is there anything else? Grasp the key to the problem. All right. And then we got hope. All right. You got key point and you got hope. So we was talking about the boogeyman. Boogeyman talks about what Michael Myers usually happen on what? Halloween. All right. It says grasp the key to the key point. And then we got hope. It says where there is light, there is hope. This person, okay, even though this person may be vicious in their own way, okay, this individual, thank you, Spirit, also has that light within them as well, okay. Because like I had already spoken, right? I said even what way it went, these masculines, and when it came to those women's, they had like it was something about it that they couldn't go forward with certain things. Okay, they wanted to they wanted to listen to them speak. Okay, all right. A lot of time it made them calm down. It made them walk away. Okay. So this is really the scenario that I'm seeing right here already with key point and hope. All right. Meaning, apparently somebody, whether or not they admit it or not, somebody want to change. Okay. And at the end, okay, if I'm not mistaken, Michael Myers, he did kind of change. He changed even though he lost his life. But the point of it is he did change, right? Okay. He started coming to the light. He started having that empathy that where he didn't want to be so aggressive. All right. Let's look at dreams. Let's look at dreams. Let's look at dreams. All right, we're going to take this one. Okay, we got fulcrum. All right. It says pay attention to what? The key points and key peoples in things. So this is the second time we done heard the word what? Key point. It says pay attention to the key point. It says grasp the key to the problem. All right. We're going to find out really now since we got key point out here twice. Even though I said this was the only deck we're going to use, we want to look now. We got to find out what is it really saying about the key point. All right. And it says, and the key peoples in things. All right. And we said that a lot of what Freddy Krueger did, he would come inside people's dream states, right? Okay. That's how he usually would catch his prey in their dream state. Okay. When they're not really, they say you're supposed to be more conscious in your dream state, right? Supposed to be more aware, right? Okay. So knowing that they are going inside dark spiritual realms in their sleep, okay, unbeknown to them, all right? Okay. So let's look at, I think I wrote what the fulcrum is. I know it's dealing with something in the sky. I know that much. I don't know if I wrote it in here or not. If I didn't, just look it up. But it's I can't remember. I know it's like uh hold on. Hold on. Let's look this up real quick. Spirit say no, go on and look it up, Susan. So let me be obedient to my Father and my ancestors, the ascended masters. I got to be obedient. They said, look it up again. Look it up again, Susan. Okay. Okay, the fulcrum, okay? It's the point on which a lever rests and is supported and on which it pivots. Okay. So somebody was gaining some type of support from something. All right. It was some type of support they was gaining. Okay. It was something, whether knowing or unknowingly. Okay. It says a thing that plays a central or is a central or essential role in an activity, event, or situation. All right. It says research is the fulcrum of the academic community. Okay. Examples is like a seesaw, where the pivot point is the fulcrum. Crowbar, where the fulcrum is the point of contact with the object between being lifted. Okay, wheelbarrow, scissors, human arms, fishing poles. So those are different. Uh, so it's like types of levers. Levers. I could think you would say levers. Okay. All right. So, anything else about the dreams? So, I guess you go to a certain depth of sleep as well. Okay, with the dream state. And then you got daybreak. So daybreak could be a prominent time where people really start getting into that dream state. It says the last obstacle before the emerge of life. The last obstacle. All right. So it says hope and then the last. So even I feel this here is just really something come to an end. Something ended. Come to an end. That has been going on for so long. All right. That is now come to an end. Okay. All right. Let's look at fertility. And when I look at that, yeah, I feel it come to an end. What is it about fertility? I'm going to go and take really this one. Shine. Look at that. The sky is the limit. And you got prospect. Shine. The sky is the limit. And then you got prospect. The future is bright. Keep moving forward. Y'all see that? And what did I say? I said the women's, they kind of went on through life. They went on right. Yeah. All praises. So this could be one or two individuals here. All right. We got the boogeyman in the dreams. All right. And I feel that things came to an end with the boogeyman in the dreams, especially after seeing hope and seeing daybreak. Uh-huh. All right. So now let's get another set of one-worders to just sum this up. And then we're going to look at the final cards. Okay. All right. So let's sum up boogeyman overall. We had key point and we had hope. We got fear of abundance. Somebody could have a fear of somebody having abundance. And maybe that's right there is the key. All right. The key point. All right. Somebody has a fear of abundance. All right. And I really don't know what it was. I know it was something reflecting back. Some people say that was his sister in that movie too. Michael Myers. That was his sister. Okay. So this could be a situation. Somebody may know somebody. May not be a sister. Maybe some feminine energy or masculine, either or. But somebody had a fear of abundance. Apparently of somebody else having abundance or something like that. All right. But that's the overall for the boogeyman. What is the overall for dreams? We got two to come out. We got ambitions and we got healing. Okay. Ambition and healing. All right. So that tells me somebody just really want that peace. Okay. That calmness, that joy in life. Okay. All right. Somebody that wasn't going to give up on themselves. Okay. Somebody that may have to endure a lot, but they went through some form of healing. Or they are healing. Okay. From some things. Okay. Somebody wanted to take their happiness away. Okay. That's with the dreams. All right. But it says pay attention to what the key points and the key peoples in things. All right. And a lot of those dreams, okay, people were paying attention to key points, right? It was certain things in those dreams that kind of made them have that quick moment to reflect about certain things. But by the time they were really getting there, it was like too late, right? But as it kept going, the series of it kept going, people started catching on to them and they would start being able to fight back, right? They was able to start back surviving some of those attacks, waking up from those sleeps, okay? All right? So the only time most of them really did get trapped to the point where you seen them getting drunk, right? They was getting drunk to the point where they wasn't able to function correctly, right? Okay. Or a lot of them was getting really high, okay? Same thing, okay? All right? So, but we got the ambition, the healing, okay? All right? So, that's where I'm picking up with that. All right? Final one overall, we have fertility, shine, prospect, and you got love. Oh, you got love. So I think that's beautiful. Okay, you got love. All right. So now, we're talking about this new moon. And I think this is beautiful, really. I really do. I think it turned out very well. I sometimes I just go with the flow, how Spirit tell me to do these messages. And I really be very thankful, for how He showed me certain things. All right. So, what moon we have to look into? What is it about the boogeyman? All right. Key point, hope, fear of abundance. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Total eclipse. Total solar eclipse. It says the cosmic reboot. Uh-huh. It says a total solar eclipse is a rare and powerful event that can bring about significant change. Using this card to harness the energy of the eclipse and release any limiting beliefs or patterns. Look at that. Look at that. Uh-huh. And it looked like that really uh went into uh a real good way there. I like that. Because what it is really telling me, this last solar eclipse we had, if I'm not mistaken, I know we had one in June, right? But the other day when I was looking into the strawberry moon, it was a reading, the last moon reading I did. We looked into the strawberry moon, and it had a solar eclipse too. And the last time that did happen, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the month of June, but it was in the year 2022. All right. So that tells me potentially something, some type of cosmic reboot really came into effect in the year 2022. Something. That reboot. Okay. Something kicked in by 2022. All right. So, what is it about dreams? Ooh. We got the full moon in Taurus. Look at that. It says the harvest bounty. It says enjoy the fruit of your labor and celebrate what? Abundance. See, somebody didn't want you to get to some point. They had a fear of just that abundance. Feeling the satisfaction of a job well done. Okay. And now I just went back to Joseph and his brothers. All right. Joseph had dreams too, right? And his brothers, they got very, they wanted to take that ambition away from him. Then they wanted to take those, they wanted to put down those dreams. They hated it. It made them so angry to the point they wanted to cause harm to their brother, right? And so they did what they did to him. But even though he told them them dreams many years prior, okay, he was able to overcome certain things to the point where he was able to really see what he was talking about come to pass. This card say daybreak. It says the last obstacle before the emerge of what? Life. Full moon in Taurus says what? The harvest bounty. It says to what? Enjoy the fruit of your labor and celebrate abundance. Feeling the satisfaction of a job well done. All right. And then we have here, the Spirit say, I'm going to take it anyway. We have full moon in Cancer. Now, we're still coming out with the two. We had the boogeyman dreams, right? We had key point come out too, right? Now we know a solar eclipse is a full moon, but yet it's still a solar eclipse is on another level than a regular full moon, right? But we got two full moons here. We got 1 in Cancer, 1 in Taurus. I really don't look into the zodiacs like that, but I'm seeing what I see here. It don't matter. This could be a particular area in the charts, okay, where these cycles are at. But it says to allow yourself to ebb and flow with the emotional currents of the full moon, while also setting what boundaries and protecting your emotional well-being. Because what? Somebody wanted to take your dream away from you. They wanted to take it away. And that could have been a big thing while you in the situation you're in, for the simple fact reason a lot was going on. And everybody say it's a booger man in your dream state, right? And then you got final card, says fertility, shine, prospect, and you see love. I don't like the way that just fell, Spirit. And you got new moon in Cancer. And I think that's where we at, right, in Cancer. It says use this time to reflect on your emotional need and connect with your intuition. Drawing the Cancer. Cancer's caring and intuitive energy. All right. New moon. Let's see. I think it is. So, this could be 1 or 2, but at the same time, I'm seeing what I see here. I see 1 at the end. I see what I'm seeing here too. I might get some identifiers. Wow. And when I just look down, it says new moon. And Spirit told me to pick up the new moon in Cancer. And he said leave just new moon. Oh, wow. Spirit said, look down, daughter. It just said new moon, plain as day. That's all it had on the card, new moon. Spirit said pick up new moon in Cancer and put just new moon. Look at that. It says fresh beginning. Because I sure was questioning. I really was. And my father said, just look down, daughter. It says what? The last obstacle before the emergence of life. What? It did. Wow. And it says the new moon signifies the start of a new cycle. Look at that. New beginnings and a time to plant new seeds. This card represents the fresh energy of new beginnings and encourage you to set new intentions and manifest your deepest desire. All praises! All praises to the Most High. Yes. Thank you, Father. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Y'all, I feel good. I'm not going to put nothing else on this. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. New moon. And I receive this for myself, Father. Okay. Shine, prospect. Okay. So, that's the new moon reading, and we got it, right? We got it. My father said, pick up that new moon and count. Sure did. He said, and just put the new moon there. And I'm like, okay. All praises. Wow. And then look at that. As soon as I look down, there goes dreams, confirmation. And then it got resentment. And it got change. And we got gloom. All right. And creativity. Wow. Thank you, Father. I just saw something right there, y'all. That's why I'm a little excited. Because I feel like it was a curveball there. But the Most High, He called my attention to it. All right. All praise. So, I think that's good enough for the morning check-in. I think that's good enough for the morning check-in. Do you think that's good enough, Father? Okay, let's get some final closings here. We're going to get some final closings. I enjoyed that message, though. Okay, we're just going to get some one-worders to close out this right here, and we'll be done, you guys. All right. So, Father, this has been a good morning, and I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Somebody want an apology. Okay, may want to apologize about something. Somebody feels some guilt. Okay. Somebody may even be confessing or have confessed to something, or it was something went on. Okay. All right. Somebody feel like somebody's not a sweetheart. Okay. They feel like somebody is not a sweetheart. They're not pure. Okay. We see here somebody is not beloved. Somebody may not had unconditional love. Maybe that was somebody, but somebody's gonna gain. All right. Somebody's gonna gain something here. Okay. And somebody's not under no contract or anything with something. Okay. We see here somebody could have wanted somebody to do some type of ceremony, okay, or magic or something, but we see that it was a success, victory was over that. Okay, all right, okay. Anything else? All right, somebody's not gonna travel somewhere, or somebody is unable to travel, won't travel somewhere. Somebody's not gonna travel. Somebody's not overloaded about something. All right, that's good. Somebody's not having any overload. All right. Somebody is not taking any bribes. Somebody is not falling for temptation. That's good. Something that has been scheduled. Something been planned. All right. Final one. All right. Whatever it is, something has been planned to maybe end something. Okay. All right. I see a marriage. All right. Coming in the reverse. Okay. There's no, I feel like whatever it is I don't know. Feel like whatever it is, I don't know. I don't know. I really hate to say this, but I don't know. More so feeling like this can be two ways. The way I'm seeing this, I really don't want to speak without Father, but I see what I see, and I see what I see here. So Tell me a final there, because I'm not going to speak it. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I got calm right there. Wow. So I'm telling me, though, what I am seeing, especially with these numbers on this card number 76 and card number 79. So and I already see this ritual card here. All right. So somebody sent out something very bad, very harmful to somebody. But it's going to be a major backfire, whatever it was. And from what I'm seeing, this backfire is not going to be good. I don't know what this person did. I don't know what this person sent out. But for what the cards just showed me, though, whatever it was, is going to turn on that person that did that. It's coming back to you. It's coming back to you. Whatever it was. Wow. Wow. Let's see if we can get a rudeness on that. And then, Spirit, you just showed me something. Somebody did something. But what they did is going back to them. And they're going to have some not good results with it. The results are not going to be good. Now this card actually came in the reverse. So this tell me what's not going to be. All right? Somebody is not going to travel, both in physical terms and those of lifestyle directions. So it says no journey, no vacation, no relocation, no elevation, no change of place or sitting, no seeing the larger perspective. So that really tells me when you hear something like that and you seeing all these no's, this is not going to happen. Y'all know what that card is saying, right? I don't know who it's for. And my spirit telling me don't even look and try to find out who it's about. He said leave it there. And I'm going to leave it there. All right? So, all praises to the Most High. So we're going to shut this down. Sorry, y'all seeing the tip of my head in the video. I'm going to eventually, I really would prefer to wait till I get into my own place before I just really start getting back on the videos, you guys. You know, I feel more comfortable doing it that way. You know, until I can get in my own place, I'm going to just have either black screen or off screen. You know, either way it go, you won't just see me, okay, until I get back in my own place. And then I can start back kind of just going back in the flow of how I like it to do my videos, act how I want to act, talk how I want to talk, just be myself. So until then, you guys, I will talk to you later, all right?